Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is David Hyman, your tour guide. Today I have a big surprise. It was also a surprise for me. I was not expecting this. We are going to tour the Mount of Beatitudes. This site has been closed for a year for COVID, and I just drove by today and noticed that it was open, so I kind of entered. So this is an unplanned video of one of my most favorite sites, the Mount of Beatitudes. Okay, there's the Sea of Galilee, and you can see that on the northern shore of the sea are all the religious sites. There's Tabgha, Mount of Beatitudes, Peter's Primacy, the Church of Primacy, Capernaum. You can see this is where the Jordan River enters the Sea of Galilee, and then the Jordan River has an exit on the south, and from here it goes down to the Dead Sea. Yeah, let me just show you the parking lot. That this place is jam-packed with buses and groups, and look at it now. There's 1, 2, 3 cars. That's my motorcycle, and that is it. No one. To the Sea of Galilee. We're on the north shore, so we're facing south. So this is the western side. You can see the city of Tiberias, and the mountains on the other side, those are the Golan Heights. And where the two mountains meet, the Golan Heights on one side, Galilee Mountains on the other, that's the southern tip of the lake. And from there, the Jordan River continues its journey south for another 100 kilometers until it reaches the Dead Sea. This hill is the suggested site where Jesus of Nazareth delivers his most famous sermon, the Sermon on the Mount. The heart and soul of the sermon are the 8 blessings which are known as the Beatitudes, and therefore the name the Mount of Beatitudes, and in Hebrew, HolyLand. So the church is a very special church. It was built in 1937 by an Italian architect, Antonio Barluzzi. Antonio Barluzzi. He built it in a very simple and modest style because his art was to bring the words alive, the words of the scripture. And because of the Beatitudes, they're all about modesty, humbleness, meek. So there's no place for a elaborate or enormous a shrine. So it was built very simple. Inside, we'll see that the roof or the dome has 8 sides, 8 facets, and on each of them, one of the Beatitudes is written in Latin. The marble Carrara pillars were brought all the way from Italy, and the black basalt rocks are from here, local. The shrine is built in a Neo-Byzantine style with a dome covering an octagonal 8-walled structure. On each of the 8 walls are the words of the 8 Beatitudes. The mosaic floor portrays the 4 cardinal virtues of man as mentioned in the Book of Wisdom, chapter 8, prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude, and the 3 theological virtues, faith, hope, and charity. The total is the 7 virtues of man. So this is very rare. Usually you go into a church, there are no windows. If there are, they're way up at the top, and they're only there to let light in. But here the windows are eye level. So from the church, you can look outside and you can see the beautiful views of Lake Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee. The Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall become comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 3 to 16. So a few thoughts about these powerful words of the Beatitudes. The Beatitudes are actually part of a sermon called the Sermon on the Mount. It was delivered by Jesus in Galilee. And the Sermon on the Mount actually has 5 chapters. It kind of echoes the 5 books of Moses. And the Beatitudes, they are a message for the poor, for the meek, for the mourners. Beatitudes give these people hope. He went on a high mountain, sat down, and started preaching. The sitting down in Hebrew, the word for sitting down in Hebrew is yeshiva. Yeshiva, like a Jewish school. And the words he uses to start his sermon, ashrei, happy is the man, blessed is the man, ashrei, that's the first word of Psalm number 1, ashrei ha'ish. During the first century in Judea, the people are living under Roman occupation. There's a lot of friction within the people. There are sects. There are messianic expectations. The authorities in Jerusalem, the priesthood, and the leadership, they're ignoring the needs of the lower classes of the community. When Jesus climbs the mountain and preaches the Sermon on the Mount, he manages to gather a lot of attention, and many people that are searching for some kind of hope, are searching for a message, and they start following him. On the pavement in front of the church are 2 mosaic works by artist Vasco Nasori from 1983. The one on the right, as you're facing the entrance, shows the earthly Jerusalem and 8 flower wreaths carried by angels. In each of the wreaths is a scroll with one of the Beatitudes. If you follow them all the way to the top, you will eventually reach your destiny, the heavenly Jerusalem. The mosaic on the left, as you're facing the church, shows a vine tree with 8 bunches of grapes, representing the 8 Beatitudes. In each of the bunches, there are 3 images that represent specific Beatitudes. One image is from the Old Testament, one is from the New Testament, and a third from the history of the church. The site is owned and managed by Franciscan sisters. In the garden, there are many outdoor seating areas for a service or mass celebration. Just make sure that you book in advance and have permission to use them. There is also a guest house. You can make a reservation and stay here for a night or 2. I'll put a link in the description and their email. So I hope you all enjoyed this tour of the Mount of Beatitudes in Galilee, Israel. So if you did, please give me a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel down below. Please write a comment and let me know where you'd like to go on our next tour of wonderful Israel. Until then, bye everyone, להתראות, take care, shalom shalom.